чертов! Будь ты проклят! Иди, идиот, трахать тебя и всю семью! Говно собачье, жлоб вонючий! Дерьмо, сука, падла! Иди сюда, мерзавец! Негодяй, гад, иди сюда, ты говно! Жопа! Опачки! Будь ты проклят! Дерьмо, сука! Опачки!
Hello and welcome to the Opatchkast, the Average Joe's Tarkov podcast. Did I say that right? I think I did.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
God damn, I'm good.
It's kind of a Tarkov podcast.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little bit in this one. Obviously, it's kind of new because the last one we had Cameron on, but I think we're
And
making
it was a while ago.
And it was a while ago. We haven't
We're
done
back.
one in a long time.
We're
But
back,
we are
baby.
back. So
That's the fucking title of this podcast.
Yeah,
immediately,
yeah.
we're back.
No shit. So we're gonna talk a little more about Tarkov, but not as much in this one because we'll go into it. But yeah, and then we are bringing Cameron in full time with us on the podcast. I think we all kind of decided makes it more fun. It's another point of view, and we're not just agreeing with each other the whole fucking time. So I think it kind of adds a different layer to the whole experience.
Yeah,
and
I blackmailed you guys. That's how I got my position.
Yeah, exactly. It's
the
not like he did
podcast.
all the work anyway.
I don't even play
Yeah,
Tarkov.
Exactly.
I don't even know why
It's
I'm
not
on
like
this.
shut the. It's not like you did all the work anyway. Made the overlay, made everything else. So
Upload
yeah.
the fucking videos.
Uploads the videos.
Did the YouTube
Hey,
system.
I made the account, Dad. That's literally about what I did.
All right. Yeah. There you go.
You did, yeah.
So introducing ourselves, I am Dirty. We got Highmark and Thrift Store Jesus. You'll probably hear me call Highmark Dad and Thrift Store Jesus Cameron. We're a family. We play video games together. We have our whole lives. But I've been very lucky. Me and Cameron have parents that have supported us in that aspect and helped us with a lot
In
of
our
that. So.
digital degeneracy.
Yes, exactly. But it kept us off the streets and doing stupid shit that we shouldn't have. But yeah, let's kind of get straight into it. We're gonna talk a little bit about Tarkov. And I think you Dad, you had a few points that you wanted to talk about right away.
I think so. Kind of moving forward, like you said, we're making some changes, and we're still going to talk Tarkov and all that kind of stuff, and we're just going to talk about it right out of the gates, and have kind of an overarching major topic to talk about, in relation to Tarkov, and then how it also spreads to other games, or interfaces with other games, things like that.
Yeah.
And this week, my topic that I come up with and wanted to talk about was why did you stop playing Tarkov this wipe, this time, and to compound on top of that, why haven't you come back? What has been keeping you from coming back to it, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. And I know that the easy answer, for Cameron is he hasn't really ever gotten into it.
Yeah.
Thrift Store Jesus hasn't really gotten into it. Hasn't gotten bitten like Dirty and I have. So that, it's a little different for him, but he can kind of talk about why he hasn't come back. But for you and me, I think it kind of happened at the same time. We both got kind of addicted to a game, right?
Yeah.
With that.
Me more so than you.
Right. Absolutely. But even me, it was a good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That I was just hammering on that thing. But that was the Lost Ark thing came out.
Yeah.
And we both got kind of swept up into that, and then so that's kind of why we stopped playing, because we got swept up into another game. But why haven't you come back? What was so that was literally, over a month ago. We haven't played Tarkov in over a month.
Dude,
So
it's been more than that. I
Yeah.
don't think I've played Tarkov since I've hurt my ankle.
We haven't played.
Maybe a month into hurting my. So it's probably been 2 months.
I haven't played Tarkov since before we filmed the last podcast.
Yeah.
So whenever that, before that, was the last time I played Tarkov.
Yeah. So it's been it's been over a month at least. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Over
easily,
a month. Over a month. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll jump in and just kind of start. Like I said, I stopped playing because I found that other game, that Lost Ark game, and I started grinding that pretty hard. And then I was kind of over that game, and I was looking for something else. And I didn't go back to Tarkov because for whatever reason, um, Tarkov solo for me, if it's one or two games, one or two raids, that's fine.
Yeah.
But as a solo thing to always come back to, I have a hard time um, uh, getting myself to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
I totally understand that.
And I don't know why, because we'll talk later about what I've fallen in love with, and it's not so different to Tarkov in a lot of ways, but for some reason I have no issues going into that solo, right? Whereas
Yeah.
Tarkov, it's still
Oh,
I
I know.
want
Okay.
somebody to be with to play with in Tarkov, and so you've been doing other shit, and Cameron has been doing other shit, and
Yeah.
I can't get mom to play it with me for whatever reason. Da 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 da. Multiple reasons. So I've been kind of until this last week. I've been kind of floating. I've played City Skylines, for a little bit. I played, CS. We've played some CS:GO, some
Yeah.
Valorant.
All right.
I've just been kind of floating all over the place, not anything in particular, until this last week where I've kind of caught in a bug. So, and the bug I caught just to bring everybody up to snuff is the Star Citizen bug.
When you
I've
were
been having a
talking about
blast.
it, I had to think about it. I was like,
Yeah,
what
me
game?
too. I was
But
like,
then
what the
we talked about it before we started filming, so I'm fucking retarded.
Yeah. So
Wow,
yeah, that's the one that's kind of gotten me now, and I don't mind going into that one solo, which is strange because that everything about that game is better if you play it with other people as a
Yeah.
group. And I haven't done anything, and I don't have. I mean, I want to play it with other people, but I still don't have any issues going into it and going in and playing solo. Whereas for some reason, don't know why, I can't bring myself to start up Tarkov if I know I'm going to be playing by myself.
I think it's because I mean, Tarkov's a big game. Citizen, excuse me, is a huge game also.
Right.
But Tarkov has a lot more risk and reward compared to Star Citizen. Maybe that's why. Maybe because Star
Yeah.
Citizen is a little more chill. You get
I think
you get
that's
your
a big thing. Yeah.
you get your fucking you go get your whatever rock or whatever the fuck it's called that you go mine shit with. And
Yeah.
then you just go to a planet and mine. While in Tarkov you're dealing with fucking
There's no chill. There's no chill in
No.
Tarkov.
Tarkov
if
is
you're-
like 100. You have to be, not that it's like super competitive, but even just
No.
to like enjoy yourself, you have to be listening to footsteps. You can't just, unless you're like playing with your hideout. There is no. You're right in saying
There's no chill. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Tarkov
even-
is
Even
fully
Scatterguns,
intense.
there's no chill. Yeah.
No. No,
And
yeah.
I think that's part of it too. Why if there was a way or something in Tarkov that was just chill, you didn't have to worry too much about for whatever reason. And I know that this wouldn't even work in the whole
No.
Tarkov anything, but I think that's one of the reasons why I have a hard time coming to it solo.
Even when you do
You know?
play Tarkov solo, you do the chill shit in Tarkov, which is just stash runs. I mean, that's the most chill you can possibly
And
get.
that's as chill as you could get, and that's still, it's still stress inducing.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
if you
It's
get something
still,
good,
you still have to be on point, be ready to fucking rumble if somebody shows up,
My idea of a solo chill Tarkov run is like just buying a pumpy and going factory.
dude,
Because
that's a good way to do
it's
it.
the one I know the most, so I'm not having to like look at a map and like think about it. I'm just playing team deathmatch.
Yeah, dude, it's not even that. It's like, okay, did I get the good spawn? Yeah, I did. All right, I know exactly where this guy is. I'm gonna shoot him in the legs twice with Magnum buckshot, and I win the fight.
I'll just
So, but yeah, so I think why I haven't gone back to it. There's multiple reasons. I'm not happy with the developers at the moment. Fucking whoop-de-doo, right? But I think they made a couple changes that it's such a band-aid bullshit patch that they've done 1,000 fucking times before, and I'm so tired of sticking band-aids on top of band-aids on top of band-aids. Figure out a system. The one that I'm talking.
I know what you're talking about, and I don't disagree with any of the things you're saying, but I think that's an excuse for you not to go back because you haven't been back since any of those things have changed, so you don't know if that would have affected you at all or not.
No, it's the sound of it pisses me off.
Right.
No,
So it's an excuse for you not to go back. It's not the reason you haven't gone back.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
but that is a reason not to go back. I mean, it is. If they piss me off, I don't want to play the game, and that's the thing that pissed me off.
It's just
Cameron.
the concept of it pissed you off.
Yeah,
The actual implementation didn't, because you actually don't know how it was implemented.
I
Right.
do know how it was implemented. But
No, because
so
the
here's the thing,
conversation-
Cameron.
Okay,
Here's
yeah, go ahead.
here's the thing, Cam. So they added it to where in the game right now.
yeah.
I can't go in, and let's say you need a clean wiper for something in your hideout, right? I can't go in and drop you that clean wiper.
Oh yeah,
If
they changed that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
there's
can't
no
bring
like
from
quote
his
unquote
stash.
trading.
No.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's whatever. I understand what they were going for. I think they did it in a shitty way, as they usually fucking do, and I think that the community is just like, well, we can't change it, so we gotta live with it. I don't no. Mm-mm.
So what you would prefer is like if instead of
I-
doing these little short patches where they fix small amounts at a time, that
Yes.
if they waited and made like drastic changes, like you think they would for a wipe.
Yes. No. Here's the thing: is they're trying to fight armed tiers, Kim. So real money traders are trying to fight them, and they're having a problem with armed tiers getting related to tacking. Totally understand. Those two coincide. Makes sense to me. But why wouldn't you do there's 1,000 different games have done 1,000 different methods. I like to quote RuneScape. They mark people who are doing these absurd trades, right? And then they watch them for a day or two, and if they keep on doing it, or if their account's suspicious, or if they keep on getting weird things, they ban them, and then they see what happens. I mean, that's the best way to do it.
I feel like a way that they could do it is like everything that I may have said this before, but everything that you pick up is an escrow. Like if you pick something up from a raid that another player just dropped, like another player in your group just dropped and gave you,
Yeah.
then that should be an escrow for like a couple days or something, however much time, and then you can't use that in a raid or use it on your hideout or whatever for a couple days.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's kind of like the Steam marketplace thing, right?
Yeah, that's what they did. Everybody hated it for that.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I think
don't,
it works better for Tarkov.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's not a bad idea. But the thing is you could go out in those 2 days and find that certain item. Let's just say it like you need
That would be why you're doing the escrow, is so that like you're disincentivized to use items
to use
immediately.
It. Yeah. But
It's like, well, in the
thing-
2 days I can go out and get whatever.
Yeah. So the problem with that is like what if you're like, dude, I got my let's say we're in a raid together. You died. I found a screwdriver that you needed for your trade. And I'm like, fuck, I'll bring it in next raid. Then it's 2 days away just to give you a screwdriver that we were both in the same raid. I could have dropped you that raid, but you died earlier that raid. Why is that? I don't.
Oh, I think there's diminishing returns for however you counteract real money traders. Also, are real money traders, is that a big problem in Tarkov? You lose.
That's the other problem. I don't think so.
Like you lose your item unless you insure them and no one grabs them. You lose your items when you die. So are real money is that an issue?
Not really. I don't think.
It is. So there is a significant real money marketplace for Escape from Tarkov. That is a known fact. Most of the real money trading in Tarkov is done for rubles, just so you can buy, or you can pay real money to get rubles, whatever
Okay.
that happens to
So
be.
like the
So
WoW
hold on.
shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So here's the issue though, is Battle State has done enough, in the background over the actual ruble trading within the game that you
Yeah.
can't hand over rubles anymore. So what these guys are doing now is they're using cheats within the game to go find the most expensive loot that they possibly can find that sells for the most to the traders. And then they will when somebody buys X many million rubles from this person, from this real money trader, what they do is they go into a game and that person drops 3 or 4 lead X's and a couple of video cards, which end up, if you sell them to the traders, equals 2.2 million rubles, whatever the case is, right? So that's why they did this, was so that portion of it couldn't happen, and they could cut off that real money trading system for that. Now, and from what I understand and what I gather, this has completely done that. This has pretty much killed the ability for real money traders to give somebody an item, or easily give somebody an item for $10 or whatever the case is, or give somebody X amount of rubles for their 20 or $30. This fixed that problem. So what the root of the whole problem is the cheaters, guys that are running cheats, and the plethora of cheaters that are out there just vacuuming up all the high end loot, or wiping a lobby and then going out and vacuuming up all the high end loot. Right? That's the crux of the issue. The actual real money traders is not the issue, right? A guy paying $10 for 1 million rubles or 10 million rubles or whatever the case is, that does not affect the gameplay, the Tarkov gameplay as a whole at all, right? Because it doesn't make you, it's not pay to win, right? Tarkov is not pay to win, no matter what you look at. You can pay for the best gear and you're still going to get one shot by a guy with a Vepr.
Yeah.
Right? So there is a Mosin.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as pay to win in Tarkov. There just isn't, because of the way the game is built, right? So the real money trader aspect of it in actuality is not an aspect that is even a fucking problem. The problem is all the people that are doing the real money trading are cheating the game and cheating the other players to be able to get to the point where they can sell all this shit easily.
Yeah.
So they're trying to fix their cheater issue, their hacking issue through
the RMT problem.
But
right.
that's like saying we should fucking ban ice cream trucks because
right. No,
because people drown in the summer and there's more ice cream trucks in the summer or something.
Right. Like I understand where they're coming from, and it's not and what they did is working for what they were looking for. But I also think that what they did is going to I don't know if it's going to, but could cause more problems, right? Because what you're going to get is two things, right? So if you look at it this way, the guy that was paying for the rubles before, where he would just pay his $10 or $15 for his however many million rubles, is now going to say, okay, I can't do that anymore. What do I do now? Because
You just pay for cheats.
I don't want to grind the game. I don't
Yeah.
want to do this. Exactly. You pay for cheats. So let's even say that 10%, 15% of the guys that were paying for rubles now are just going to pay for cheats and start cheating. we're going to get more cheaters that way, right?
Yeah.
Because the other guys that were cheating and vacuuming up goods, to sell as rubles to people, are now, instead of doing that, they're going to move to the next thing, which isn't as profitable for them, but it's still going to make them money, and that is is pay for carry. This is another thing that's in the game, or that's in the Tarkov community right now, where you can go to a website and you can pay a guy $10 to take you into a labs run, and he will nuke everybody in the whole place, and then you can go around and loot whatever you want,
Yep.
and then you can leave.
Yep.
Just fix the fucking cheats. Like, get a good anti-cheat system. Fine.
Here's the issue. They have an anti-cheat system, but they also built the back end of this game so far ago that they've got so much tech debt that they can't keep up with how easy it is to build cheats for this game.
And it's on Unity.
That has nothing to do.
That doesn't
with it. There's
matter.
fucking hundreds and hundreds of games on Unity that don't have this.
I always think of Unity as a mobile engine.
That's because you're ignorant. I'm sorry, but
Unity was always like the indie engine. Like,
yeah,
I can't afford an Unreal license, so I'm fucking using Unity.
Yeah, but that's just not the case anymore.
No.
Unity's a legitimate engine. Unity is the other legitimate engine, right? I mean,
What about what's the Crytek one game? Is it Crytek?
Yeah, it's the Cry engine.
Cry.
No one in a third party uses Cry engine.
Oh, really?
Nobody. No.
What about Source?
the game I'm talking about uses Cry engine.
It doesn't anymore. And they got sued over it.
And they won.
Yeah.
Because they got millions.
It uses Amazon's engine, doesn't it?
It's still Cry, but it's Lumberyard. It's a super, which is still Cry technically.
Are they doing it on?
Yeah, but that's like saying that the IW engine is the Quake 3 engine.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's like Call of Duty fucking Warzone isn't running on Quake 3.
It's
technically.
I like, you look in the code. If you look in the code and you see a same line, I would be shocked if you saw a same line of code. If you look through the engines.
Yeah, true. So anyway, that's kind of the whole shoot match of the whole thing. I agree with you, Colin. I think it was a shitty thing to do. I don't like, as we talked about at the very intro to this podcast, as everyday guys, not being able to drop certain items to your buddies is something that we would normally do, right?
Yeah.
And we have done in the past. Is it game breaking detrimental? I don't
not
think
yet. But here's the thing. The problem with them is that if they keep on adding band-aids on top of band-aids on top of band-aids, you might as well play solo. Because they're going to keep on making it to where, next time you can't even drop the loot that you got from your teammate back into raid. Next time, you're not even going to be able to fucking jerk off your buddy afterwards. Like, who fucking knows? It's going to go to the extreme.
Hey,
next time,
you
you're not going to be able to...
Isn't it more exciting to do it in raid?
No, dude. You got to do it in your
Drop your
hideout.
buddy in raid?
No, you gotta
it's
do it in
way
your
more
hideout.
exciting.
It makes too much noise in raid.
Exactly. That's what makes it exciting, right?
Yeah, it's like having sex in a bathroom.
True.
You know.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, when are they gonna stop? When are they gonna make it to? Why not just fucking make it a solo game? Why not make it where you can't queue with your friends?
You can't queue with friends.
Or something like that. Because the next thing people are gonna bitch about is, and they have before, and I've heard it 1,000 times. I can't play against squads of 5. I can't play against squads of 3. It's like,
I mean, you can though.
I know,
like,
but
how many raids? How many raids do you go into? These people go in who complain, and they fucking they're able to leave with all their loot. They live.
Not many.
You think they die in the majority? Like they don't extract when there's a group of 4?
I mean, you look at no, that's not true. You look at some of these guys and they play 1v4s and 1v5s and win all the fucking time.
Yeah, but you don't like the groups are a part of the game, and you don't have to interact with them if you see them.
Right. If you see
True. Yes. Yeah.
Like you're not required. If you bump into them, that's just a part of the game. That's just what it is. Same
Yeah.
thing is bumping into a person who's just a better shot than you. It doesn't.
Yeah, no, and I think fighting 1v3 is way more fun. I've done it 1,000 times. I've lost 500 of the times. I've won, maybe not. Maybe I've won lost 750 of the times. Maybe I win a third of the time. I don't know. But the thing is, it's fun winning when you're outnumbered. But some people don't fucking like it, and who knows what Nikita's gonna do next because he hears the outcry from Clean. You know, I don't fucking know, but still.
I don't think this was. I think this was a. I don't think this was an outcry from any particular streamer or anything like that. I think this was a. We need to do something about the hackers, and this was low hanging fruit that they thought was an easy fucking thing. It took a guy, a half an hour of coding to try and do this to hopefully.
Dude, apparently, it was one line of code.
Yeah.
It was literally something that they just fucking.
I have heard that too, where the guys that write hacks have already found the line of code and figured out a way around it.
Figured out a way around it. The guys that yeah. So it's literally just a little variable that they fucking clicked off and their thing, and people are already finding workarounds. The first day, if you left the game reconnected, you could drop at things again. It's like they don't give a. It's the most bullshit. One of the Rite Aid Band-Aid bullshit fucking plastic.
I don't. I don't disagree with you that it was a fucking Band-Aid, and that's been the biggest bitch I've had with this game is they continue to just Band-Aid shit instead of, sit down and figure it out. On my drive, as you guys can tell, I'm not at home. I am currently out in the field. I'm in Seattle right now working. So on my drive over here, though. I listened to the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And Veritas had a great idea, and he's like, the way to fix this, the easiest way to fix this is to not load all the loot on the clients at the beginning of the raid.
I agree.
He said that would solve 90% of the issues, because one of the biggest hacks that people are running right now is basically a wall hack, but instead of they get to see the other players, right, through the entire map, but they also get to see all of the loot containers and what's inside of all the loot containers when they log into the map.
Yeah,
instantly. So they know exactly which loot container to go to get the LEDX, and exactly which loot container to go to get the red key card, right? Yep. So all the major money items in the game, they know exactly where to go to get them.
Yep, and you can toggle.
At one point in time, they could just pull them straight out of there from thin air.
Well, I did not know that.
Oh yeah, that was about a year and a half ago. They could just say, "I want that thing," and it would just vacuum right to them.
I didn't realize Tarkov was that bad. Like the hacker situation was really that bad.
The thing is, with that hack in particular, you'll never know that it's happening. You just have a feeling.
You just think the loot pools suck, right? Your because the loot pools has been terrible.
Yeah, because you open up a door and you're like, dude, there's nothing in this fucking room. I thought this was supposed to be a good room, and some asshole 2 minutes ago already sucked it up his asshole with fucking
with the hack. Yeah, exactly. So, even now, it's like, so they put a bunch of stuff into where you couldn't do that anymore. You couldn't just vacuum shit on the map towards you. That's what was happening for a while. Is people would log in, vacuum all the heavy shit to them, and then just disconnect, right? So that was part of the whole found and raid thing too, was so that they couldn't do that anymore. They had to be in the game for a certain amount of time before those were found and raid, before they could turn around and sell them on the flea market, all that kind of shit, right? Another Band-Aid. That was another Band-Aid.
It was.
100%. The found and raid thing was another fucking Band-Aid that they put on for this whole thing, this whole RMT thing.
Right? Dude, I guarantee
So they're just stacking on Band-Aids. Click, 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 click. Bullshit little patches to try and fix this fucking problem.
I
Whereas
guarantee.
if they would have taken what Veritas said and just waited until you physically clicked on a fucking container to tell you what was in to put what was in that container to your client, then they wouldn't have these fucking problems.
I guarantee if we looked at all the patch notes in the last 4 years, I could go through and at one out of every 4 patches, it would be a Band-Aid patch.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And then 1 out of every 6 patches would be new content. That's literally all it is. It's like,
Yeah.
and the rest is bullshit bug fixes and.
I mean, does
And-
the game really need that much more content right now?
I don't think so, but other people disagree.
They shouldn't even be focusing on if the hacking issue is that big. Don't even focus on new content. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things there, and one is that it just needs to be they need to get 2 basically large pieces of content finished, which is Streets of Tarkov. That they, for their vision, Streets of Tarkov needs to be completed. That map needs to be completed, and then Terminal needs to be completed. And once those 2 things are completed and done, they can wrap up their vision in a nice little bow and push it out there as a completed game. Because I think pretty much everything else is done, at this point. So they don't need to add any more new guns or anything like that, for
Oh, they're
this to
going
be a
to.
completed game. Oh, they're going to, absolutely. But they
And
don't.
plate carriers and.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the so it's not. I don't think it's terribly far off because I think Streets is a lot closer than we think, or know. But they have to do something about, like you said, they have to do something about this. But from what it sounds like, they're not going to be able to because their tech debt is just too big, and they can't fix to make that change, like I just talked about, right? Not load all of the loot from the whole map into each client before the start of the fucking match, and do it as you find shit. They can't fix that, or they can't spend the time to fix that because the tech debt is too big. That's
But I
like the
don't
old
see
school
how.
spaghetti codes stuff that they talked
Yeah,
about,
But
but yeah,
with like League of Legends and shit back in the day.
at that point, you have to. Like, you don't have any other option.
thank you. But yeah, but I see. I don't understand how it could be worse. You're not your load times for the games are going to be faster. You're only
yeah.
loading in a couple items at a time per server. So I mean, it shouldn't hit them that fucking hard unless their code is so spaghetti.
That's your problem right there. Is that last statement that you just had?
So
The
it's
code that particular aspect of this game, right? The loot table and how it is dispersed. First of all, how the loot pools are pulled from the whole, because the loot pools, at least this is my understanding, and I might be completely wrong, but the loot pools of a LEDX there are this many that can be dispersed within all of the server matches that happen over this amount of time. Not just this server can have this chance of this thing. It's the actual loot pool for a LEDX is actually dispersed over all of the servers all over the world.
that is a stupid system.
It's how they decided they wanted to do rarity. So they wanted to have rarities. They wanted the rarity of X item is worldwide, no matter what servers you played on.
That's stupid.
But that's stupid. Percentages are percentages. It doesn't matter.
Yes, I don't. Fucking Russians.
I might be.
That's why they're
wrong.
losing in Ukraine.
I might be completely wrong with how that is, but that was my understanding is how that is played out. Because it's the same thing. Like when you log into the game, right? Like the whole thing with the flea market and even like Fence, right? That Fence loot pool, what he has
Is worldwide.
is worldwide.
I understand that.
That is not the server, the NA server that you happen to be part of.
I think that's pretty
that is
stupid
worldwide.
too.
It's also why we have the login problems when they do major events like like the beginning of the year thing, and
Drops.
the user base skyrockets. Yeah, and they do drops. It's because everybody's logging into a single instance, and that a single instance, a single database tracks all of everybody's stuff in their stashes.
Yeah, okay. I don't. I mean, I get why they do it, but there's got to be a better system. I don't
Right,
think.
but if you think about it, they built this system, and this was their thought when they built the system, and how they built the whole rating system around these loop pools. They never ever conceived of the day that they would have the volume of people playing this game that they have now.
Okay, yeah, okay. They never did. But how many years ago when they fucking got it and they have done nothing about it?
Oh, well, they have, but I think
Nothing
they did
significant.
they did the Band-Aid thing.
Yeah, I know.
They did the Band-Aid thing. That's the problem. But they started the Band-Aid thing 5 years ago or 4 years ago when that first big push was, and they've been Band-Aiding up until this point. Now you're at a event horizon, right? Now I'm here, and it's like, can I go back all the way back to there and try and fix it, or am I just too far fucking gone at this point?
You have to go back because
I don't think there's any other option.
no.
Like,
And the problem is
that's it. You have to.
you literally have to, because obviously somebody likes your game for some reason. I don't know why, but they like it.
You like
Shut
it.
up, Dad. Shut up. Fuck that game. I'll still be back when the new wipe comes. But still, I don't know why people like it. But they have a player base. They have a very dedicated player base that comes back every day. They have
a
more
big player base.
Huge.
A
It's
big
massive.
player, especially for a third-party client. Well, it's not on Epic Game Store and it's not on Steam.
No,
Mhm.
it's over.
the
They
fact-
were talking close to 300,000 during the huge event, right? It was close to 300,000
Yeah,
concurrent
something like
players.
that, concurrent players, yeah.
The fact that they're like, I don't know, what are they at? 30,000 on average? Concurrent?
It's got to be close to that. 30 to 50 would be my guess.
Like
Yeah.
they have to be doing well enough where they could justify paying a third-party company to go and fix their spaghetti code.
They will not do that because they're Russians and they're too proud of their pride.
Well, sometimes you have to eat your fucking pride to make a better product.
He just doesn't care about that. He just wants to slap more band-aids on it until it's a fucking band-aid.
I don't know. I think we're getting off. We're kind of falling off the end. We're falling off here, but that's so. Anyway, that's. I've been wanting to go back multiple times. I really wanted to go back when they had this latest event where they had rogues out on a bunch of different maps wandering around looking for something. That was a super cool event. I mean, like, that's the kind of shit that I think is cool that Tarkov can do, that makes me want to come back and play, when they do shit like that, right? And I wanted to go back, and I just didn't do it now that particular event's over, so it doesn't matter anyway. But yeah,
The No Traders event was the one I wanted to do.
yeah, that would been kind of cool too.
I would love it if they did that as a permanent mode.
Like a hardcore,
Like you create a No Trader character, and then you either play on No Trader servers or you don't. But
they're talking about doing. I've heard them talking about doing a hardcore, so where you can't use the flea market, you can't do any of that. So maybe that's what they'll do.
I would be more interested in playing that than.
You can still do quests and stuff though. So you still have the traders who do quests, but that's about it. Just so you can get XP, and but you can't use your money for anything other than maybe repairing your weapons, and that's about it. I can't remember
You don't even have to do that now. That's a new item that has been in the game since we stopped playing.
Oh really?
Weapon and armor repair kits are now.
Oh yeah.
Things in the game.
So yeah, but yeah,
do a hardcore mode. That would be sick.
A lot
of guys do it. A lot of guys do it. Like Deadly Slav is the guy that came up with hardcore Tarkov, right?
Yeah.
Every single wipe, he comes up with a new set of rules in Hardcore Tarkov, and most of it revolves around you can't use the traders for anything, and you can't use the flea market for anything. Right. The only thing you can use traders for is like in 1 year or one season, he said you can only use the barters that are on the traders. So, you can, if you pull stuff out that's barterable, you can use that to get stuff from the traders, but you can't buy anything from them. So he has a set of rules that he tweaks and adjusts every single year, or every single wipe for Hardcore Tarkov. And a lot of people play it that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people play it that way.
That would be
or
more
they'll do
fun.
a second account and
I
do that.
think.
Yeah, I might do that next wipe. I might buy another account because you don't need a full account for that. You don't need like a EOD. I might play my normal account to level 40 or whatever I want to do, or whatever my goals are going to be for next wipe, and then
Right.
fucking make a hardcore. And Cam, if you want to play it with me, we could maybe put something on the on this channel and do one noob and one other noob playing.
You're gonna
hardcore
say
Tarkov.
pro. You're gonna fucking say pro.
No,
you were gonna say pro, dude.
I was not gonna say
Yeah,
pro. I'm
one
not a
noob
fucking
and one
pro.
fucking absolute EFT god.
No.
One shepherd and one sheep. Let's go.
That sounds better. Doesn't make me sound very arrogant, but
Yeah, it does. That's like shepherd and sheep is what they use for like all the fucking prophets in any religion.
In Tarkov, it's Sherpa.
Sherpa.
Yeah, it's a
Sherpa.
Sherpa.
I'll
Yeah.
be your Sherpa. But yeah, so yeah, maybe we'll do that. But
Maybe we do play Hardcore Tarkov next wipe.
dude, that would be fun. A 3-man.
Just playing Hardcore Tarkov and just say fuck it.
Yeah. Dirty. I'll name my
I'm
account
down.
Dirty Hardcore. Hardcore Dirty.
Whoa.
Right.
Hardcore
You like that?
dirty. That's
you like that one?
that's porn. That's
That
that's
makes
in
it
my
so much
fucking
better.
RedTube search history.
RedTube still?
I don't use RedTube, Colin.
Okay.
Who the
I was
fuck
thinking-
uses RedTube?
I don't know. Oh, that's like fucking 2006.
Yeah, I use
Alright.
Xhamster. Come on.
All right,
I'm
Kev.
not a degenerate.
I don't need to know this shit.
I'm a civilized human being.
Okay.
No, I don't
Okay.
use fucking Xhamster.
Moving on.
So Cam, you had we spent over half. We spent over a half an hour talking about
Yeah,
Tarkov
yeah,
and
we're
how
at
much
we're
I
at
hate it
41
right now.
minutes right now. So
Yeah, that's fine. We can have an hour and a
Perfect.
half. Or,
No, that's perfect. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
well,
We-
it's
we
a
can go however
Tarkov podcast. We can talk about Tarkov.
Yeah. So, but you wanted to talk a little bit about fighting games, right, Cam?
Yeah,
Let's hear it. Let's
So
hear it. What do you
that's-
want to talk about?
that's what I've been doing recently is fighting
Yeah.
games. I've been playing a shit, mostly Street Fighter 5, just because it's the
You're
easiest.
playing Tekken.
I was playing Tekken the other day, but Street Fighter 5 is so much easier to just hop in and play. Like how you were talking about Star Citizen is easier to hop in and play than EFT.
Yeah.
Tekken is like the mechanical depth and all the shit you have to. It's like the biggest knowledge check in fighting games. If you play against a Yoshimitsu or like a fucking Eddie Gordo and you've never played them before, good luck. They have a million different moves. They have different stances. Even like simple characters have 60 plus moves, and those are like the simple characters.
That game, it is so hard to know when your turn is.
Yeah.
That game,
And
when is it my turn to hit you?
when you play certain characters, it could never be your turn.
Yeah.
Like Heihachi, you just do like forward 4, 1-1, forward 4, down forward 1, forward 4. Like you're just stuck in the corner. He doesn't have like 50-50s or anything like that, really, but his pressure is insane.
Yeah.
But that's why like there's it's you talk about like rock paper scissors shit. This beats that, but like it with Tekken, it's even more so because you have sidestepping rather than just like backdashing. And so, and if you
I do remember that, yeah.
if you're stuck in the corner,
You sidestep.
you can sidestep. Or some characters have parries. Or if they're doing 50-50s, you have a low parry, and then you can get a full punish off a low parry. There's so much like it's so all encompassing. It's so just much that Street Fighter 5.
So what you're saying is you have to be in the right mindset to play Tekken.
Yeah.
Similar to what I was talking about with Tarkov, where I have to be in the
100%.
right mindset to go solo Tarkov.
Yeah.
You got to be in the right mindset to play Tekken.
You have to be in
Whereas
the
Street Fighter 5, you can just go in and if you really wanted to, you could button mash and be okay.
yeah.
Not be good, but you don't have to think about it as much.
Tekken is like it's you have to be in the mindset of you have to be willing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm super competitive. I'm not always willing to lose, but Tekken while you don't know everything, which is for 2,000 hours of playing the game, you're not going to know everything. You have to be willing to lose cuz somebody's just going to pick fucking whoever. There's a million characters on the roster. That's another issue with Tekken.
Yes, I was about to say that.
A million characters on the roster. So learning matchups, good fucking luck.
Yeah, and if you're learning a matchup, every time you fight a dude, they're gonna be using different moves because they have 120 moves to use, and you're like, I've never seen this dude use this. I've never seen this character use this move before. Is it plus on block? Is it negative on block? Do I have a turn afterwards? Yeah. So Tekken's insane.
And execution-wise, Tekken is... This might piss people off. Execution-wise, Tekken is way harder than Street Fighter.
I agree.
Like, playing I main Heihachi, and to get an optimal punish, you have to hit just frames, which if you don't know, means that the same frame... Like, when you do a command input... You know, like in Street Fighter, quarter circle forward punch is Hadouken. You have similar command inputs in Tekken, but so let's say that Street Fighter had just frames. The same frame you hit right on the stick is the same. You have to hit the punch button at the same time to get a fucking electric Hadouken or something.
Yeah.
and in Tekken, to get optimal punishes, you have to do that, and not just do it once. Do it multiple times.
Yeah,
It's
like at least 3 times a combo.
Yeah,
like
it's fucking insane.
There's frame perfect punishes, and dudes can do it every single time. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and knowing like frame data
sounds like hell to me.
It is, but it
doesn't sound like any fun at all. Like legitimately, it sounds like the game. If you're only gonna enjoy that game if you have Asperger's, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
You know, if you're a full on just hyper focused, you know, like I said, Asperger's kid. Yeah,
like that.
Over here going, you know, like this,
Yeah.
because it's just too much. It's too much. I think there is a point where it's just too much.
I agree.
Right?
I agree with the amount of matchups in the game. I don't know how many characters it has. It's like 60 fucking characters.
Let me look it up. It's ridiculous.
And every character is so different. There's characters that are similar, like the Mishimas, but even the Mishimas play completely different. Like some Mishimas are,
I think that's why you're saying that Street Fighter is you're more apt to go play Street Fighter, because it's not too much. It's a lot, and there's a lot of technical in Street Fighter, but it's not that much.
Yeah.
Right.
It has 36 characters in it.
In Tekken 7?
Yeah.
How many characters are in Tag 2? Tag 2 had like the most. Tag 2 had 1 million characters. Tag 2 was like Tekken 7's matchup nightmare.
59.
Holy fuck, dude. And each character can have 100+ fucking moves, and it's tag, so you can tag people in. So you have to know tag combos. And like that's
just silly.
It's so much.
So you have to know 2 matchups at the same time.
Yeah. You not just 2 matchups. You have to know 4 matchups, because you could be playing your tagged in character against their 2, or your other character against their 2.
It's those 2.
Fuck that. And Street Fighter is like, oh, he's a Shoto. Let's play some flowchart, Ken. You know, let's just throw Hadoukens at long range, and then if they jump in, you punish Shoryu or whatever.
wouldn't it the matchups be 59 to the power of 2, right?
No.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Because there's only 2 characters on a team. Not the matchups, excuse me. The how many different teams you could have would be 59 to the power 2, right?
You're asking me to do
I
math
don't know,
on the
dude.
spot.
That's not. Yeah. You're supposed to never do math on a broadcast.
Anyway, I think
Sorry.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think
My
you're.
bad.
Yeah. So that's. So Tekken's the one end of the spectrum, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
What's the other end of the spectrum?
As far as fighting games go,
Yeah.
like dive kick.
No, let's not get stupid. Like respected, legitimate.
So like
fighting
what
games.
on like the Evo lineup? What would be?
Yeah, something would be like an Evo lineup style game that would be the other end of the spectrum. If Tekken's one end, right, and that's what we're saying here is Tekken's one end, right? Tekken's the fucking ultra complex, fucking crazy ass matchups and all that kind of shit, right? Well, that's kind of something. So what I'm getting at is the Riot game going to be the other end of the spectrum because of Riot, how Riot is?
It depends.
Are they going to be the other end of that spectrum?
I fully believe so.
Are they going to embrace the casual fighting?
It depends, and there's signs to show both ways. What I'm really worried about with Riot's fighting game is if there's no command inputs, if there's no like if to do a Hadouken, if you just hit a button instead of doing quarter circle forward punch, you're limiting the buttons. I think like a lot of people get hung up on it like oh, it's just a useless command. As soon as you learn it and you're good at it, you're basically just hitting a button. But when you do that, you're freeing up so much more space. Arcades only typically have 8 buttons and a joystick.
Right.
And 2 of the buttons are almost never used. So
sure.
That frees up buttons, and like when you have less buttons, you just have less complexity. Period.
So okay, so I mean, Riot's a hypothetical at this point, the Riot fighting game. So what is on that other end of the spectrum?
Fuck.
Even like past stuff, like that's maybe not currently on Evo, but
like
was there?
Oh my god, this is gonna piss people off no matter what we say. MK11.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
that.
consider Mortal Kombat.
MK10 is a different animal, completely.
Yeah.
But MK11 probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, so then because I don't know the fighting game, right? I played fucking Street Fighter way back in the day, and literally on the arcades and shit like that. Where the one game I do play with you guys every once in a while is Skullgirls. Where does that fall in that spectrum?
Skullgirls is definitely closer to Tekken than Mortal
closer
Kombat.
to Tekken.
Oh,
yes.
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
I didn't realize that.
We haven't even scratched the surface of that game, Dad.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's that game is wild. I would consider
crazy.
it like above Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, there's a great list. There's a great tier list by Maximilian dude, who's like the a big FGC member, and he came up with like this terminology whether a game is tight or a game is loose. And tight is like everything is intended by the developers and everything is like in a line sort of thing. Like everything was mechanically meant to be there, and loose is like it's a lot of it's player interpretation, a lot of it's like whatever.
Melee would be loose.
Melee
right?
would be
Where
loose.
there's a bunch of weird tech shit.
Melee would be
Melee would be loose.
Intentionally build, but people have found.
And Skullgirls would be loose because not only do you have tag combos or whatever you want to call it, it's
right.
like a versus fighter. You have variances in characters, you have differences in matchups, and the characters change a lot. It's not just like fucking Parasol is a charge character and Philia is like a Shoto.
Right.
It's like Philia has an air dash Parasol doesn't have an air dash. Beowulf has chain grabs like fucking a king from Tekken, and Big Band can play songs on his trumpet.
Yeah, it's like,
and then on top of that, you can play as one. You can choose to play as one character and have a bunch of life, or you can choose to play as 3 and use assists, or you can go in the middle and play as 2 and have a little more life than 3, but you only have 1 assist. There's
that's the thing that's crazy about that game is you can play 1v3 if you want.
Yeah.
If you want to go 1v3, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, and
be competitive too, which is insanity.
Yeah.
Yes, and the thing is in tournaments, it's whatever you want. There's no like you have to choose 3. You have to choose 2. I'm sure there are tournaments where it's like that, but I think like when they did it in Evo, there were guys playing with 2 characters.
It's in Evo. It's Evo main stage this year. It's Evo. It's one of the main Evo games this year.
So excited! I wish I could go to Evo.
I know,
this year.
Man. Fuck.
There's some good games. It's in August at some point.
July or August in the summer.
Really?
Yeah. Let me look it up. I'm sure. I'm sure it's good. The lineup is pretty good. No Smash games whatsoever. Nintendo wouldn't allow it.
No, because Evo's owned by Sony now.
Yep.
So they're like, fuck that.
We're
not supporting our Japanese nemesis.
Yeah. So.
But I guarantee if Killer Instinct was still being like worked on by Microsoft, they would absolutely let Sony do Killer Instinct.
Absolutely. I think that they just don't care. Microsoft just doesn't care anymore. Where their IPs go, who has them, what's going on. They just want fucking people to come buy their Game Pass.
That's all they give a shit about.
Yeah.
If they could figure out a way that Sony would allow Game Pass on a PlayStation console, Microsoft would be like, yeah, fuck it, do it.
Yeah,
let's go.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
So this is the lineup, which is it's in person August 5th and 7th through the 7th, excuse me.
That weekend.
So that's that weekend. So it is obviously Street Fighter 5. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's always the
big one. Yep. Guilty Gear Strive, which is actually I think has almost more than Street Fighter already. People that have pre-registered.
Really?
Yeah. So Guilty Gear Strive.
That's crazy because I'm surprised it's even kept players. That lobby system's so fucking bad.
So bad, I know. Mortal Kombat 11 makes sense.
Yeah.
Tekken 7 makes sense. King of Fighters 15.
Ooh, that should be so good, baby.
That's gonna be crazy. That's one up there. Maybe even more technical than Tekken. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, no, it's more similar to Street Fighter, but it has combos that can go forever. Like the combo side is incredibly technical and super hard, but you're still limited to a 2D plane.
Yeah.
And you're still like fighting game fundamentals will still work in King of Fighters. Whereas Tekken, it's different fundamentals. It's different.
Melty Blood, which I'm kind of interested in. It's Cameron's not. It's kind of more of it's more of a defensive Guilty Gear Strive, which is interesting in my opinion. But Dragon Ball FighterZ, Z, we all know who's going to win that. Sonic Fox.
Is that 2 Arc System Works games?
Yes, 3, 2. Grand Blue.
That's
3.
That's Arc System Works.
Yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. So three Arc System Works games in fucking Evo that are main stage.
Of course.
And then Skullgirls.
Let's go, Skullgirls.
Skullgirls, that's fucking awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
I love that. I don't play fighting games, but I love that game, and I love that game because it's fun to play, it's fun to look at, it's fun to listen to.
Yes.
I mean, there's just something about that game.
The music is so good.
That grabs you.
It has a charm.
Than any of the other fighting games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It has a really good charm to it.
And it's like it's not made by Capcom. It's not made by Bandai Namco. It's not made by some massive corporation that has to worry about shareholders, has to worry about like their end of year. It's made by fighting game fans.
Yeah, which is awesome. Yeah. Cameron, have you seen Dad, you wouldn't know as much. Cameron, you probably don't know as much as either, but it's pretty cool. So I was looking at a video, and they were comparing that new character in Skullgirls. I can't remember her name. What was her name? One second.
Umbrella?
Is it Umbrella?
I think so.
It started with a P, didn't it?
Let me look.
Shit, I can't remember what her name
Yeah,
is.
I think it's Umbrella.
Yeah, I think Umbrella's the new one, isn't it?
Oh, but the one that I was talking about was Annie of the Stars.
Oh yeah, she was the one before though. She was the one before.
Yeah, she was
And,
the one
well,
before.
she isn't she Soul Bad Guy? Isn't she?
Yes, she's Soul Bad Guy from fucking Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Second or Exerd, technically, not as much Strive. But she like has a lot of the same moves as Soul Bad Guy. But they're obviously different because they have their own amazing animations in Skullgirls. But she's obviously very much inspired from Soul Bad Guy, and a lot of her moves are pretty badass.
I saw that when she was first revealed.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, that's fucking cool. It's obviously like a nod towards Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear.
So the one thing that, since we're kind of wrapping up our fighting game shit, that Cameron talked to me about, that I don't know if he's talked to you about, was that new Smash game.
Oh yeah, multiverses. I definitely want to talk about multiverses.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So, have you? I know Dad saw some of the cinematic trailer.
I didn't. I saw a still picture of Shaggy and Batman in the same location, and I'm like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I did not realize that there was a new Smash game in Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers universe.
And it is crazy. The Iron Giant's gonna be dead.
I know. I'm so excited about that, man.
And I brought this up to Cameron because I want to bring it up to you too, and Cameron can chime in again. But why is this different or better than the one that came out just not too long ago?
Oh,
Nickelodeon.
The Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Why? What happened to that one? First of all, because you guys were super hyped about that when it came out.
Yeah.
And it kind of petered off, or whatever the case is. I don't know where that game's at right now. But what
I would
makes
say it has
better or worse than the All-Star Brawl?
I think there's a lot of issues, or at least there was a lot of issues with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Their rollback wasn't perfect.
Nope.
Their rollback had fucking issues, and on top of that, I think the reason it couldn't keep players, there was no player retention, is there was a skill gap, right? Like learning the tech in the game at first was like kind of difficult, not crazy, but like learning that you have to hit a button to fast fall, but you can still use you dash down, right?
Yep.
And you can still attack while you're fast falling, and that's how you get like the crazy combos where you fucking juggle them across the stage and then spike them.
Yep.
Like that. There's a skill gap, right? There's a skill curve, and then it immediately caps.
Yep. Yeah, it felt like that the game was great. The animations are great. I haven't played it since, and I heard that they've added voice acting, or they started adding voice acting and shit like that, which is not, it doesn't go to the gameplay at all. And I know they worked a lot on that too. So I haven't touched it in a while, and I'm sure it is better now.
I haven't either, but
yeah. But the thing is it when you get spoiled by a game, and then you try other games that are like it, you just can't stop thinking, God, I want to go play Melee instead.
Yeah, that's an issue with so many platform fighters.
So many you get it really bad with the one that's done it the best so far, in my opinion, is Rivals of Aether.
I agree.
Their character building, their art style is fantastic. It's just it's so close to Melee.
I thought it was kind of lame.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
It's like
the pixel art.
Yeah,
it was weird. I mean, I shouldn't say I didn't like it. I just didn't think it was like anything to write home about.
Oh, I don't think it is. Really? I loved it.
Yeah, the art style and shit I don't really care about. Mechanically though, I think it's super sound, and it's different enough from Melee where it's
Where it's obviously not a Melee clone like Icons was. And shit like that.
Icons was horrible.
Yeah,
Icons
because
was trash, man.
It tried so hard to be Melee that that you're like, God, this game just feels
but also
doo-doo compared to it.
all they did like with Icons, and it feels kind of similar with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I feel like all the money went towards marketing.
Yeah.
And like they got this base premise, like we have the melee mechanics, we have wave dashing, we have this, we have that, we have good movement, we have this, and then they didn't refine it at all, and then they just spent the rest of the money on marketing.
I think it's a little bit different with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl because they do have a huge company to back them up. So obviously they had a little bit more money.
But Nickelodeon isn't throwing money at them.
They weren't. But as soon as they started seeing numbers on Twitch and when people were playing, I follow Thaddeus Cruz, which is I think the lead game designer or whatever. He was talking about how they were really, that's why they didn't have voice acting right away. It's because they didn't have the budget for that yet. But they obviously got it. Obviously Nickelodeon's is sending them a little bit more money. So I think what you were talking about is true. I think that's 100% true, but I think not as much as compared to Icons, because if you were watch any Smash tournament when Icons first came out, they were sponsoring it. They had ads every single time, and you're like, who's the company that's fucking making this? Like
it was the game company was called Wave Dash, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they were called
or
Wave
like
Dash.
Shine or something ridiculous.
Yeah,
like that.
or Wave Shine or something.
So we've talked about it all over the place, but what makes this WB one any better?
In my eyes, it's because they're not trying to emulate Melee 100%. They're doing something, and it's team based. They're not trying to do the typical Smash where it's just like the competitive side is focused on one-on-one. They're doing a team based thing, so it's, I guess, more similar to a MOBA because you have characters that are like dedicated supports.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because it's 2v2. Like Wonder Woman, she can like fly to her teammate and she gives them a shield so you can absorb more damage. She has a lasso which she can use to, when she hits enemies with it, it hits them away, but when she hits teammates with it, it pulls them in. So you can use it to help with recovery and shit like that. So some characters seem like completely support based.
Shaggy seems like the best character in the game.
Who?
Shaggy.
No, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Dude, Tom and Jerry looks pretty nasty.
His eyes
Ultra Instinct mode.
yeah, his hair is gonna fucking go blue. It's gonna be on fire. And he's gonna fuck everybody.
He's a Saiyan.
Yeah.
Also, I think the big difference is we were talking about like what makes
it's gonna be a 2v2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Platform. So you're gonna have a partner to play with.
I assume they'll do a 1v1 mode.
And I'm sure you could queue for a partner, but I think you'll have a better experience if you do have a partner.
Yeah, it's actually perfect for Colin and I.
That is interesting. That does make it different in my opinion.
And
if it's built around a 2v2 aspect, that's something that you haven't really seen. I mean, yeah, Melee did it, but it was kind of an afterthought, right? The game wasn't balanced around or even built for 2v2s, right? It was a fucking party game, really. But
it wasn't balanced around anything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. But this one sounds like it was actually built around having 2v2s. If there's somebody that's going to be a dedicated support style player, then absolutely.
Yeah,
they're going to look for those metas and things like that. Over a 2v2. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of different.
And as we were talking about with Nickelodeon and Icons, the budget, it's Warner. And with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, it was I don't know, but I imagine it was Nickelodeon was like, "Hey, platform fighters are big right now. Let's see if we can get someone to make a platform fighter." And they contacted the Slap City devs, and
we have all sorts of cool IPs that we can throw at it.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. Yeah.
And so they found the Slap City devs, which is a Smash which I actually think is more fun to play than Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
I agree.
And
Which
then,
is sad.
yeah, it's a little sad.
Because I think they literally could have just reskinned fucking Slap City.
Yeah,
And
I
and
actually
then-
100% agree. Add rollback
and-
to Slap City,
Just
and then throw
add rollback-
Nickelodeon characters in there.
Yeah,
It would have
just
been
throw
fucking
Nickelode-
banger.
It would have been awesome, but I mean, I applaud that they tried to make it a little different. I think that's what they should have done. But if they would have just reskinned Slap City, I think it would have been a pretty fucking good game.
Yeah, but they Warner Brothers. What I was getting at with that is, instead of like just contacting this third party company and being like, hey, you should do this for us. We'll let you kind of do your own thing, but this is the limited budget. Warner Brothers, I think they specifically created a team. This team didn't exist before this game. They created this team for this game. Their purpose is to have a big free-to-play online platform fighter that showcases their IPs, that they can have an esports presence besides just Mortal Kombat.
I think that's what they were talking about, right? They want it to be esports.
Yeah, well, they're fucking this Evo. They're doing a tournament.
Really?
Yeah, they're doing a $20,000 or $100,000 pot.
That's more than Nintendo's done in years.
Yes, because it's Warner. It's not Nintendo. These guys have fucking money.
Money, yeah.
And you think like,
well, it's what Nintendo has money. They just don't care about.
not as much as Warner though.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
Not even close.
I know what you're talking about, but
Warner could
Nintendo
buy
has.
Nintendo fucking 10 times over if they wanted to.
I think Microsoft should.
Well, that's like another interesting topic. Is like, will they've talked about some KI shit? Will KI just be Smash for Microsoft properties, or will they do something different, or will it just be another KI game?
I don't know. I haven't tried KI yet.
I like it. I haven't played it very much, but I do like it.
That's another one of those games, Dad, where it's kind of on the simpler side, I would say, right?
Yeah. I could. At least the KI that I know, which was old as fuck.
Well, you played like KI 1, 2, and Gold.
Just one, just KI 1.
I will spit my beer everywhere.
KI 2013 is I would say very complex.
Really?
Yeah.
But I would say it's easier for a newbie to come in and get the game, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
It has auto combos.
It has auto combos. But
Which is
so
a
does
huge
like DBFZ and
Yeah, but DBFZ auto combos are bullshit.
but same with KI.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because if you do an auto combo, then someone can combo breaker you super easily. That's where the complexity of KI is in the combo system. You can break combos with a combo breaker. If you read the combo breaker, you can counter breaker, and then the combo meter restarts, meaning you can do fucking crazy long combos.
That sounds like a game we were playing last night.
Mordor?
Yeah, because of all the reads, dude. All
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that game is just
fucking
reads.
mine.
But
Whoa,
like,
more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, we can get off the fighting game topic. Let's talk about
go to
Mordhau.
a different fighting game.
It's kind of a fighting game.
It's kind of it's a medieval simulator fighting game.
So what made you guys decide to buy Mordhau?
Oh, it was a whim.
It was random. It was random as fuck.
I was watching videos. You know what? It was literally we were in the car coming back from work, and I'm like, you know what? I've been thinking about buying lately, Mordhau, and Cameron's like, kind of sounds like fun. So we started watching like the tutorial and how to begin in Mordhau, and we're both like, yeah, we're gonna buy it. Yeah, this sounds like a blast.
So have you guys basically just been doing the 1v1s or whatever, or have you played like any of the big battle stuff or anything like that?
I got on before Colin did, and I played a lot of the big battle shit, and it's so stupid fun. It's just so fucking dumb fun. It's awesome.
Didn't the new Chivalry game come out and it was very similar?
Chivalry. I know nothing about Chivalry 2.
Yeah.
because from what I remember, their Chivalry 2 was like that big ass battle mode for Mordhau, but it was a little more involved and was actually more fun from what I understood. But I watched it at a fucking glance, not really paying any attention, so I don't know any of this for sure.
What I've heard is that Mordhau is a more advanced. This is what I've heard. I'm sure there's gonna be Chivalry nerds putting thumbs up my ass and whatever. But because Chivalry, dude, they have one of the craziest player bases. Chivalry does, apparently.
Oh, really?
Those guys
Okay.
are insane. Apparently, that's what I've heard. But I've heard Mordhau is
The Mordhau player base is pretty crazy too, from the shit we've seen.
Yeah,
It's fucking goofy.
But yeah, I mean, I've heard it's a little more advanced in the techniques and stuff like that. But the big battle modes are fun because it's just hectic. You're going in there, you're just slashing around, trying not to hit your teammates, and then 1v1s are mind games on top of mind games on top of mind games. It's
You're right in saying that's a lot like KI.
yeah, because what you're trying to do is basically you're trying to make your opponent block. And
That really is the whole point of the game, is to try and make them parry. That's the whole point.
And it sounds so simple, but as soon as you start playing it, you're like, this motherfucker's not taking my bait.
Make them parry.
Yeah, so you want to make them parry when you're not swinging. So you're gonna do.
Okay,
You're gonna do. They swing at you.
Camera.
Oh, we lost Cameron's camera.
I did.
Still,
no,
still here for me.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's just me. Hey, I'm on hotel fucking Wi-Fi, so who knows?
But yeah, so you're like feigning attack. They swing at you, you chamber, you feint that attack, then you swing, they chamber. It's like crazy shit.
Yeah.
Mind games on top of it's just a blast.
Think like the scenes from Princess Bride. It's like that, but a video game. You know, where they're just you're just clanking swords.
Yeah.
Right.
But like more mind games and gory as fuck, man.
And then you literally have a little person come up to you and fight you
With a pickaxe.
with a pickaxe. And you're used to the motherfucker because he's better than you.
Oh,
And you're like,
I beat him twice.
I ended up beating him most of the times I fought him. But the first 2 times I'm like, I don't know what this dude's doing. His arms are so small. I can't tell which way he's swinging from. It's a crazy. And then there's some bards playing fucking Star Wars in the background, and you're like, I don't understand how you're playing that on the loot or whatever the fuck you're playing it on.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
The game is out of this world. It makes no sense.
It's crazy, man. How fun it is.
Yeah.
It's something I looked at in the past and almost got, and I never did. So maybe I'll just pick it up one day.
You should. It's so fun, man. It's
fun, and it takes it. If you want to just turn off your brain, pick the archery class and go into a big team battle, just shoot people from distance, you can. Or if you
It is so fun to do that too. It's fucking awesome.
Or if you want to go try hard and get a fucking frying pan and go beat the shit out of people and like demolish people with frying pans.
With frying pans, you can do that.
You can do that
PUBG.
too. Yeah, I got
funny.
my ass kicked, but with a frying pan last night multiple times because these guys are level 400s and I'm only a level 6, or 5.
I got killed with a wooden shovel.
Yeah.
So we were playing on this community server, and it's like duels. So you walk up to the person and you flourish your weapon, and then you know like the etiquette is to duel them.
Right.
And then randomly, a motherfucker on this community server, because it has mods, pulls out a 1911 and just starts fucking shooting people in armor in this fucking medieval game.
It was so funny.
It was like, what the fuck? And it was loud. It was loud as fuck.
Cameron's like, there's a dude with a 1911 in here. I'm like, what are you talking about? I go across, I just see him pull out his gun and murder a dude.
Yeah,
right
I just
in front of me.
headshot him.
Two World Wars and King Arthur.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck am I watching? But yeah,
That's
no,
hilarious.
the game was a blast last night. There's a few assholes, but there's a few assholes in every game.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was and it's so rewarding when you win a fight against a dude that's clearly better than you.
Feels so good.
It's
Really?
one of the most rewarding things. When you can tell that you're dragging well enough. So like a drag is when you swing in one direction. Like say you're swinging overhand right, but you look up, so you swing overhand right, but it's like right at the very end, so it fucks up their parry time.
Yeah,
parry
delay.
timing.
You can delay timing that way. So
Yeah.
you have like feints where if you hit a button, you can hit Q, which is the default key, and you stop your swing. So that's a feint. Or
sure.
you can hit like scroll wheel forward, which is stab, and then you can click immediately afterwards, and so it looks like you're going to do a stab, and then you change.
That's called a morph.
Yeah,
That's called a morph.
that's called a morph. And
Interesting.
then you have drags. So you have like directional feints, you have timing feints, you have straight up feints. You can jump kick people. You can
Ick is really good against people with shields.
yeah.
A lot of the distance weapons are going to be stabbers, so you got to be able to chambering, which is when you are about to get hit with a weapon and you hit at the same side as they're doing as they're hitting you from at the same right when you're about to get hit, called a chamber. So you basically block it with the beginning of your hit animation. So chambering's a big thing, but chambering stabs is way more lenient than chambering actual swings. So like people that have rapiers or spears or stuff like that, you have to be chamber your stab, click feint, and then go into a swing to be able to really punish. And then you can feint that swing if they go into if they're trying to block it, and then you can swing again, and then
Or you could just commit to the swing.
Or you can just commit to the swing.
Like
and
that has worked with me against Colin so many times, where if I
Yeah.
come out and I stab feint, and then I do a morph, and then I do this, and then the next round he comes in, I just click the button and I do nothing, and I just sit there and watch it hit him in the head.
because
It works.
I'm waiting for him to.
You're
to
waiting
feint.
for a feint or something like that.
I'm
yeah.
waiting for a feint.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for some sort of trickery, and the dude just fucking hits me in the head with the
Just
maul,
swings.
and I die. Because the
Is it
maul's
one- is it-
ridiculous.
Is it like one shot kills if you get hit like headshots or whatever?
Yeah,
yeah.
With certain
there
weapons
is-
and things.
There is different damages, but there's also different armors. So you can have like it's like different tiers. So you can have like tier 3 head armor, tier 3 chest armor, and no tier leg armor. And your legs are going to take a lot of damage. You can get your leg cut off in one hit and possibly die or get really close to dying. But
Well, you'll bleed out if you lose a leg.
yeah. So, but if you have a blunt weapon against heavy armors, you're gonna do more damage to them than like swinging with a sword.
A sword would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the heavy blunt weapons take a long time to swing.
To do anything with. Yeah, I got you.
But they do so much damage that if
Yeah.
you're able to get them to bite on a parry,
Yeah.
you feint and they parry, then your punish is huge.
So it like I said, it's a lot of mind games. The saber's busted for right now for me, so I'm gonna use that for a little bit. Yeah.
The scimitar.
Oh yeah, the scimitar.
They have it. There's like apparently the community doesn't like scimitar users. We saw this in one of the servers last night. They don't like scimitar users. They're like the Teemo players of Mordhau or something, and they were calling them.
They're the Fox players.
Yeah,
No, it's worse than that.
they were calling them scimitards.
Yeah.
And I was like, I instantly enjoy this community. I really vibe with these guys.
Oh Jesus!
And there's there's an unwritten rule. If you see a bard and any of the big team battle bullshit, just don't attack them.
Yeah, you don't attack them, even if they're deep in enemy lines.
Deep.
If they're playing a jig, you don't fuck with them at all.
Nope. You just
Really?
let them
Yeah,
go.
hilarious.
It's unwritten.
Yeah.
Like 90% of people follow the rule. It's funny as
That's
shit.
hilarious, actually. Okay, I think we're just about done. I wanted to talk about kind of my thing, and that's the
Star Citizen?
Star Citizen, yeah.
Go for
And what I've been doing, and kind of what I want to get people to come play with, to kind of show them, because I think that Star Citizen is at that pivot point now where it's you can start recommending it to people to come play.
It's not a
right?
tech demo anymore.
It's not a tech demo anymore. There's actual meat on the bone now, of things to go do, right? There's PvP in Star Citizen that you can actively go do if you want to, right? There's a lot of PvE. There's a lot um, of different things that you can go do, PvE wise, which is one of the reasons why I think I've been migrating to it a little more than Tarkov lately, because you can do the PvE stuff and kind of just chill, right? You don't have to be on all the time for the PvE, because even though I said there's some meat on that bone now, some of the meat's still a little stringy and, and kind of fucked up, and the AI in some of those PvE battles is pretty rough. The AI in the flying battles, like any PvE
Dogfights?
things you take as dogfights, those are actually pretty good. That AI is pretty well fleshed out, and does pretty good for the most part. At least for me. Maybe it's just because I suck at fucking flying right now. But the the stuff that deals with guns, right? The first person shooter style AI is still a little derpy. Um, they do some of the stuff that like Tarkov guys do, right? Like the rogues, or those guys, when you fire at them and they freak out and they just run right at you, right?
Yeah.
Because they need to get to point B, because point
Yeah.
B is where they're going to hunker down and start shooting back. So they just run right past you to get to point B, right?
Yeah.
That kind of shit happens in some of these bunker missions and stuff in Star Citizen. So some of the AI is a little on the derpy side, but it's already dramatically, as we like to say around here, improved from like the last time Cameron and I played, where they just stood there and didn't do anything.
Oh my god!
Right?
When we played, they were like, no, there's cover everywhere in these bunkers, and they're just standing in the middle of the hallway staring at you.
Yeah.
And they would sometimes shoot at you. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's drastically improved from that. So they're actually doing shit now, and they shoot back at you, and every once in a while they turn into aimbots, and you have to be worried about it. So
do you think my computer can run it?
yes, that's the other thing that has happened recently, and the big reason why I think that it's okay to start recommending it is they've got what they call their Gen 12 rendering engine that they're working on right now, and it's about halfway completed. And it came out just recently, and there's been some big FPS boosts for a lot of people now. So yeah, that's the other reason why I think it's kind of acceptable to play it. And it's a CPU intensive game more so, even though it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It's still very reliant on your CPU. So, and you've got a good CPU, so I don't see you having an issue with it.
Other question: Did my cord come in?
It did. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got them at home. So
maybe I'll
put that SSD in here.
maybe I'll.
Well, and that's the thing is this Friday, it's free fly, so you can log in and download it and try it for free. So you don't even have to buy the game to try it. For this
is it a
week and a half.
Oh, the next week and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll.
Weekend basically. So it starts on Friday and it ends on Sunday, the following Sunday.
So 7. Yeah. Oh no.
No,
10 days.
So
10
it's
days.
10 days. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 days. I think.
Well, I'm down to play some. Maybe we should.
I'm too.
Maybe we should record.
Cameron has it. Cameron, yeah, we should record some of it. Fuck around with it.
Yeah, I could edit like into a little montage. Oh.
Yeah.
Are you done talking about Star Citizen? Like, keep
Was there
going if you
something else?
have anything else. I didn't mean to.
No,
interrupt.
I think there's going to be a couple of cool things that happen that they're doing specifically at this, because this whole time you're going to be able to, on each day, you're going to be able to rent as many planes as you want to from the manufacturer that's being displayed that day at Orison. So you'll be able for free for a day. So you can use any of them for 24 hours from Anvil, and then the next day is another one of the manufacturers, and you can rent any of those for 24 hours and fuck around with them, right?
Dude, that would be
so
a blast.
you'll be able to play with and do any of the ships that you want to for that 24 hours while you're there. So we'll be able to do multi-crew ships and things like that, and do some cool shit like that.
That would be so much fun.
That would be.
So we'll be able to do some of that stuff. We'll be able to go do like the 890 jump mission, which Cameron and I did. That's the one where we did, and they were just kind of standing around being idiots.
Yeah.
Where you actually go and board a fucking 890 jump and kill all the fucking bad guys. 890 jump, if you don't know, is the biggest ship that you can currently buy and fly in the game. And there's one of the missions you can take on where there's an abandoned one, and these guys have taken over, and you got to go clean out these guys out of it. So it's kind of fun. But anyway, yeah. So we can go do a bunch of those missions and stuff. I think it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down too. I'm down to try to make some money on it too. Why not?
Yeah, it'll be nice because you won't really need money for this week because you'll get a certain amount. But before you make your account or anything, let me know. I'll give you my little reference thing.
Cool.
So, yeah,
that would be perfect.
Get a little bonus and shit like that. So,
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think we'll fuck around with that and see what you think.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and get Mom to do it too.
Yeah, I think recording it wouldn't be a bad idea either. Maybe get some more content that's not just podcasts out there.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Was just to finish it off. I want to do more content on the channel. Like, obviously, we had a big drought where we didn't do podcasts for fucking a month or two, or whatever.
Yeah, that was a lot of different things. I went through surgery, and
we went on vacation.
Yeah.
But I want to do more regular content. I have had an idea that we did a long time ago, and I never ended up finishing it. But we're gonna redo it again, and I'll definitely post it on this channel. That's the gaming triathlon.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Colin and I are gonna redo that, and then if we do a series, we'll just do all of us, and we'll
we'll maybe have a host or something, so somebody to fucking commentate the whole time and live commentate. I don't know.
That'd be cool. For sure.
And even if you guys have a few ideas that you guys want to run by, fucking throw it in the comments. I know there's not many of you, but I know there's a few of you guys that come by and watch or whatever.
So what they had for the gaming triathlon, for those of you guys that don't know, is they picked 3 games of 3 different disciplines, right? Because it was 3 different disciplines.
I think we've had them to we played them we played them casually, not recorded.
Yeah, we've done it without recording before.
Well, that were certain genres. Like, we've done fighting game genre triathlons, shit like that. But we've done it to where we played Melee, Counter-Strike, and then what was our last one that we played?
We did in the first video we played Rocket League, which was our last game, but we were both so bad at it, we just avoided playing. We ditched that and we played Street Fighter 5 instead.
Yeah.
But we have so many options. There's so many competitive games. So
there's so much that you can do out there. Absolutely,
dude. You know what would be fun too? Is doing like a draft. So we have like a list of games.
That is a good idea. Yeah.
Absolutely.
One person bans one person bans the other.
You could do it just like the CS:GO. Right, just like the CS:GO draft, where you each ban one, or each ban 2, and then the third pick gets to pick one, and then and do it that way. So you absolutely can do it just like the CS:GO draft.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun, and it would add a little bit more to the video too.
I agree.
Hey, yeah. And then content-wise, other than that, like doing just like obviously not
let's plays,
basically.
Okay, yeah.
Not exactly Let's Plays, but like...
okay, I know what you're getting at, and let's just put this out there. Like that first day that the 3 of us, even, and I think Mom was with us too, played Sea of Thieves.
It was just us 3.
1 hour. It was just that 1 hour.
Yeah. And we were fucking dying. Sea of Thieves would be another great one that we could record, similar to Star Citizen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So less Let's Play and more like think like streamers' best moments videos.
Yeah, like highlights videos.
Yeah, highlight videos.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down for sure.
I would like to do more of that.
What it amounts to is the 3 of us need to either stream and or record more of our gameplays while we're playing shit with each other.
Yeah. Colin and I should have been recording Mordhau last night because we had a fucking blast.
Yeah.
A lot of stupid fun shit happened.
Yeah.
So
but I-
when I get back this weekend, we'll all need to work on our OBS shit so that we have those ready to go to where
Yeah.
it'll be easy just to sit up and hit record.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if I have that
Yeah.
hard drive, dude, that's fucking so much space that I can put
You have
videos
it
on.
with you, right?
Yeah, it's
You
right
took
here.
it home. Okay.
Yeah, it's right
You
over
just
here.
needed the SSD.
Yeah.
Or the cable for it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's at home now too.
Same
And
shit.
And I was thinking for Tarkov content, I have a really good idea for like a Tarkov Jeopardy, shit like that. I think
Oh
it'd
yeah,
be-
you've been talking about the Tarkov trivia show.
Tarkov
Yeah.
trivia.
And
Yeah,
I do
dude.
like that idea, but I would not participate.
No.
because-
I would get like Caleb and Juan, you know, those two,
Yeah.
and Dad. Actually, having 3 people play, and I know there's a buzzer. I know that you can get like a thing for buzzers and shit like that, so we
Yeah.
can do it like that. But one of my ideas was like have like a column that is what gun is this, and it's 100 meters away, somebody spraying a gun, and you have to guess
you have
what
to
gun.
guess what gun it is.
Because
Yes.
that's a huge thing in the game.
Oh,
like
yeah,
and
absolutely.
like the first level would be an ADAR because you can tell an ADAR from a mile away.
Mile away. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then in the middle is like an M4, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I actually
M4, yeah.
M4 is pretty easy, so maybe that would be like 200 or whatever.
Right,
but-
right. Yeah, I get
but
what
then-
you're saying.
And then at the bottom is like the 1911, and you're like, you never hear that gun. You barely
Right,
ever
yeah,
hear that gun.
yeah.
So you
Or,
have to.
or you go SKS, right? So
Yeah.
is it an SKS or is it an AK? You know, an
Yeah.
S762 AK
Yeah.
or
Is it a Sega 9? Is it a Vepr? What
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, exactly. And then the other one I thought would be really cool is the one where there are unidentified items. So you get the unidentified item, the blacked out.
silhouette,
Yep,
Yeah.
and you have to guess what item it is.
what item it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like
that was
That's-
that was another thing, and then obviously a lore section and all the basic
yeah.
stuff. So,
yeah.
but those
No,
were the
that's
kind of the couple segments that I've been thinking about when I'm driving at work finally again. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
More,
I-
more
I-
content, more us.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
back.
We're back. We're back, baby. No, you
we
missed
do
us.
appreciate you guys watching, even the few that do. We do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. If you did enjoy, I know this is fucking whatever. Please like and comment. It does help us out, even
Definitely
if it's
comments.
nothing.
Definitely
Comment.
comments.
Honestly, comment more than like. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly. I just want feedback. And,
100%.
we all appreciate feedback to know what's good, what sucks, whatever.
Even if you're shitting on us, even if you're telling us we're
Yeah.
all fat pieces of shit. First off, we know that already, so fuck you.
100%.
And then yeah, it's just anything. It always helps. I love hearing what I'm doing wrong. I think that helps everybody out. Helps you guys
Yep.
enjoy
I
the
can
next one.
I can already tell you what my feedback is. Do something to get rid of the fucking bullshit blur background.
Yeah, we definitely have to come
All of
up with
you.
something.
Yeah.
I'll do a green screen thing
We
and
got
I'll
some-
figure it out.
We got some green screen stuff, so I got
Yeah.
something for my birthday from one of our listeners.
It's a person
Hey,
you're
look,
related to,
You can
motherfucker.
fucking call him
One of
out,
our
dude.
listeners.
Wait, the guy that made the music at the beginning of the fucking
Yeah.
Your
podcast.
goddamn nephew.
Yeah.
Just one of our listeners.
Just one of our.
One
Just
of our
one of our.
listeners.
We're not
really
related or
popular.
anything.
We're
Yeah,
really
super
popular, so we
popular.
have all these listeners that help us out, send us stuff. But
Anyway.
yeah, thank you guys for watching. We really
Yeah,
do
thanks,
appreciate
guys.
it. And we are back. We are gonna be trying our hardest. We do have
No.
lives.
This will be a scheduled thing that we do once a week, and I'm gonna be a Nazi about it.
Yep,
Literally.
This will be a sort of thing. It'll be-
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'll try and
you-
pepper more
You
content
are the
in.
problem.
Me?
Yes.
Well, tonight you were for sure. Tonight you
I
were the
gotta-
fucking problem.
I
I'm
have a
sick and I was
year-old
willing to
kid.
do it.
I got a year-old kid now.
He's not a
Yeah.
year old.
He's almost.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
What? What is he?
He's 3 months away?
2. 2 months and 3
Oh,
days.
2 months. 2 months. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
you were the problem. Even tonight, I'm in a fucking hotel on my laptop. Cameron's sick, and we had to beg you to get your ass in here. So
You're not gonna do anything all night anyway.
you're the problem.
Fuck you.
You're the problem.
You're the problem.
You're
I
the
am a
problem.
god compared to you. You little gay guy, right? You're a stupid little bitch.
No.
I'm a king. You're nothing,
No,
right?
no.
No one talks about this, but I'm basically the number one. So this is
No,
my
you're not.
podcast. Sorry, Joe Rogan, we're number one. Sorry.
Dude, if Trump did,
And with that, we're out.
if Trump did a